it up. Shalom, Israel. We at Isupk under Commander Junior Yohanna started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. We are not affiliated with any other Israelite group or organization. And what we do in the Isupk is teach the truth according to the Bible. And the truth is of the Bible that blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians are God's chosen people. We're the Israelites of the Bible. You understand? And tonight's class is the Wednesday night law class. And we're going to talk about how lawlessness will not go unpunished because the Most High, God, hates sin. So we can't be a filthy, wicked sinner and say that we love God. We have to obey the Most High because it's written all throughout the Bible. I mean, the Most High commands us to be obedient, man. And especially in that Christian church, man, we say that we love God. Nobody loves the Most High more than a Christian. Hell, they wake up and pray every morning. Christians wake up and pray every morning. They got bumper stickers. They got, I mean, you see them on Facebook on the timeline up and down dropping scriptures, not knowing what they're talking about when they do not obey the Most High God, which means you don't love the Most High God if you don't obey him, man. Because he gave these laws, statutes, and commandments to the Israelites. He didn't give it to any other nation. And that's why we go punish. That's why we get punished when we transgress. When we celebrate Valentine's Day, you understand, like we just celebrated, well, not anyone in ISUPK. As a matter of fact, give the Lord a hand for the Feast of Purim. We ended that last night. You understand? We were, so if you're a so-called black, Latino, or Native Indian, you were supposed to keep the Feast of Purim about a hardcore brother named Mordecai and his niece Esther, who died for their nation, well, not died for the nation, who, you know, defended and helped assist save their nation, man. Because, you know, unlike the Christian church, the people in the Bible that God has chose to do, you know, his will and to lead his people, like Commander Junior Yohanna, they're not selfish. They love their people. They care about their people. You understand? Unlike the Christian church. Because we care about our people first and foremost because the Lord commanded us to. You understand? And it's brotherhood, which we teach on Tuesdays and which is displayed throughout all ISUPK schools throughout the globe, throughout the earth. Brotherhood builds nations. Brotherhood is very important when building a nation, when loving, you know, brotherhood is important if you're going to say you love the Most High. You can't love the Lord without brotherhood, because how can you hate on the nation that he chose? You understand? And it's written all in the Bible. So loving your nation, keeping God's law, statutes, and commandments is very important if we claim we love the Most High God. Because if we don't keep his laws, I mean, what are we telling the Lord? What are we telling the Lord if we don't keep his laws, man? If your children disobey you deliberately, if you tell your child to not go outside and your child looks at you and walks out the door anyway, you're going to be upset with that child, man. Your child is not showing any respect. Your child is not, you know, showing that he cares. With that act, he's showing that he doesn't love you because he doesn't care, or she doesn't care what you say, what you have to say. They don't care about your rules. It's no difference with the Lord, man. If we go out here and celebrate Valentine's Day, and we celebrate our birthdays, and we celebrate 4th of July, every Negro is going to be on that barbecue grill come July 4th, man, cooking those disgusting pork ribs, drenching them in gate sauce, you understand, showing all your abominable plates on Facebook, popping fireworks for your bad children who don't deserve them, who have failed in school, but you're going to go out and spend thousands of dollars on fireworks and waste your money. That's what we do in the Christian church, in the black communities, man. We disobey the Lord, and the Lord is totally upset with the nation of Israel. That's why we're dying. That's why our children are coming up missing. That's why COVID-19 is running rampant throughout the earth. That's why young girls are being molested, because we have no protection. Our black leaders have failed the nation of Israel of showing us how to obey the Most High God. The Most High is our protection. He's our hedge. He's the one that, fights our battles. You understand? And you're only going to learn this in the Isupk under Commanding General Youre. Brothers and sisters in this school are protected by the Lord, man. And if you don't believe what I'm saying, just check our works out. Check the works out in the school. See what's going on. Brothers getting off drugs, families being bought together. Brothers, women are dropping child support. How often do you see that? That's a miracle for a sister to go out and be like, you know what, this brother, we may not be together, but he's an awesome dad. I don't even need to put him on child support. Sisters in this school take brothers off child support. We are protected, man, because the Lord is with the Isupk under Commanding General Youre. And I just want to get a scripture to prove my point, man. Salaki, let me make sure the sound is Tawab online. I know sometimes it can go off. All right, I think we Tawab. Yeah, so let me get a scripture, you understand, in the Bible proving my point. Proving that, so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians, if we disobey God, we hate the Most High, man. You understand? And we only learn that filth in Christianity. We don't learn that. That's not in the Bible anywhere, man. You understand? Let me see. This is 1 John chapter 3, Salakia, chapter 5, verse 3. And it says, for this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous. So this is the love of the Most High, man. We keep his commandments. If you're a so-called black, Latino, or Native Indian, and you're not keeping God's commandments, the Lord is not dealing with you.
That's right.
The Lord doesn't just hate the sin and love the sinner.
That's right.
The Most High hates the sin and the sinner.
That's right.
Who the hell is committing the sin?
Right.
How the hell can you not love? How the hell can you love the sinner but hate the sin? That's something I never understand in the Christian church. But we pick and choose what we want to love and how we want to judge. We say that about the Most High, but why the hell can't you love your brother and not hate and just hate what he did? Say a brother stole $100 from you. Why don't you just hate that he stole the $100?
Right.
Because we're hypocrites. You hate that brother because he stole the $100 from you, man.
That's right. So
the Lord's the same way. You understand? He's just not, all forgiving just because we say, what do we say? What do they say in the Christian church? Just because I open my heart to Jesus and confess my sins to Jesus,
right,
that I'm saved. We just read it in the scriptures, man.
Right, that's right.
Because unlawlessness will not go unpunished with the Most High, man.
Yeah, right.
And we have to understand that as a nation. That if we obey the Most High, he will fight for us.
That's right.
He will fight for us, man. We wouldn't have to lift a finger. We wouldn't have to worry about. I read an article this morning. It didn't really get in depth, but a young child under 10 years old was found on 77th in Indiana? Dead. And the mother in jail because the child had gun wounds and bruises. Our children would be protected, man.
That's right.
If that sister knew that, she was an Israelite and the Most High, whatever demon that she's dealing with could be conquered, that child wouldn't have to go through that.
That's right.
But since we disobey the Most High, these are the punishments that come on our people, man.
That's right.
Because we disobey. That poor child is dead, man.
That's right.
Because of disobedience. And Salaki, I don't want to sit you here. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's the scriptures tell you, because our disobedience, our children will suffer.
That's right.
Our children suffer behind our disobedience.
Yeah, right.
So yesterday, if you let your child bring home Valentine's Day gifts and candies and what roses and balloons and whatever the hell else they giving out on Valentine's Day, that is a sin to God, man.
That's right.
And we can't claim that we love the Most High God if you allow your children to celebrate such a vile and disgusting holiday, man.
That's right.
That's the worship of another God.
That's right.
That is not our culture.
Yeah, right.
The Bible calls blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians to be separate from all that garbage, man, from all that mess, man. We can't serve two masters. You're either going to serve the Lord or you're going to get punished, man, if you're Israelite. Well, all these other nations are getting punished as well, but not because they broke God's laws, not the laws that he gave us. The Lord's going to bring us out of this oppression just like he brought us out of Egypt, man.
That's right.
Because we're down here suffering under the hand of our oppressor. And all the black sellouts that join hands with the oppressor. We're suffering because of poor black leadership.
Yeah, right.
And ultimately our disobedience to the Lord, man. So I'm going to read this again, man. You understand?
I can pick up where you at.
Oh, Salakia, Baba Kasha, 1 John chapter 5, verse 3.
Good.
Our disobedience, man, is the reason why we're in the conditions that we're in today, and the Lord is very displeased with the nation of Israel, man.
That's right.
You got that out of one?
God. 1 John chapter 5, verse 3. For this is the love of the Most High.
So the scripture says, for this is the love of the Most High. Not how you feel, not what we learned in the Christian church, not what T.D. Jakes tells us that Satan wants you to keep the laws. When this goes absolutely, this goes right against what he said.
That's right.
So who are we going to believe? We're going to believe, no, it wasn't T.D. Jakes. It was Creflo Dollar, Salakia. T.D. Jakes is just as horrible as Creflo Dollar, but I'm not going to say that, say something that he didn't say. I'm not going to make him say something he didn't say. So it was Creflo Dollar that said that Satan wants you to keep the law.
That's right.
When we're reading right here, can you read that from the top, Baba Kasha?
1 John chapter 5, verse 3. For this is the love of the Most High, that we keep his commandments.
That we keep his commandments. That's the love of God.
That's right.
That's the love of God. So if Satan wants you to keep the commandments, why would God love you to keep the commandments?
That's right.
And that's what, if you go to Creflo Dollar's church, if you're in his, what do they call it? If you're in his ministry, congregation, if you sit there and watch him, because he's on television too as well, right? If you watch Creflo Dollar and you have access to his Twitter or email or phone, ask him this. Tell him the Isupk under Commanding General Youre read this verse and tell him to explain it to you.
That's right.
Because the scriptures say, let every man be a liar.
That's right.
And God be true, man.
Yeah, right.
That's not true that Satan wants you to keep the laws, man.
That's right.
And we learn that filth in Christianity. And like I was saying earlier, Adawan, we just celebrated, Purim yesterday.
That's right.
That's what the hell we should have been celebrating yesterday as a nation.
Yeah, right.
Not no disgusting Valentine's Day, man. Things that matter in your nation, man. Valentine's Day has nothing to do with us.
Yeah, right.
It has nothing to do with blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians, man.
Yeah, right.
That's all from oppression. And I get it. I was once a slave too. I once hated the Lord too. I hated my nation. I hated myself. And I was a disgusting sinner, man. Until I found the Isupk under Commanding General Youre and found out I had to keep these laws. And once I found out that I had to keep these laws, I seen I seen the demons that I was fighting. And I'm just letting you know, man, these demons can be fought.
That's right.
You can come in this school right now up under Commanding General Youre and all the captains and officers that he has in every city all throughout the earth, and you'll learn how to fight these demons, man.
That's right.
You understand? You will learn how to fight these demons. And then you're going to look at the world in a totally different way. So like, y'all don't, why ain't that true? We look at the world in a totally different way. Sometimes when I sit back and I try to think normal now, it just don't work. It just don't work. It doesn't work when I try to sit back and think how I was back in the day. Sitting back in the car, smoking a blunt. It just don't work. It doesn't click.
That's right.
Because you become a new man.
That's right.
You become a new creature.
That's right.
If you're tired of those demons, man, and you're tired of the death, destruction, the disease, the plagues, the curses, you're going to come in here and change your life, man.
Damn right.
I tell you this, though. It's not easy. It's not for the faint. The Most High is a man of war.
That's right.
You have to go to war, man. And we have to keep his commandments.
That's right.
That's how you go to war.
That's right.
By fighting and keeping his commandments, man.
Damn right.
Not serving yourself.
Right.
Not serving T.D. Jakes.
That's right.
Not going out to vote serving your oppressor.
Damn right.
Not serving your mother, your father, but serving the Lord righteously and obeying, man. Any more else on that out of one?
1 John chapter 5, verse 3. For this is the love of the Most High, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous.
His commandments should not be grievous, man. We shouldn't have in the back of our mind, I know I got to pay tithes,
right.
But, I mean, dang, can I just skip out this one time?
Right.
Can I just give a little here? I know your you got something to say? I know your husband made you mad, sis. But you can't go talk to other men.
Damn right.
You understand? I know that woman gets on your last nerves. But you can't leave her out.
Damn right.
You have to obey. The scriptures tell you, man, if you come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation, man.
That's right.
You got to be prepared for this. This is spiritual warfare.
Damn right.
You got to be strong in this, man. And the only way we're going to get through it is with brotherhood.
That's right.
You can't do it alone.
Right.
What do they call these fake Israelites? Individualites. And hell, I mean, break-offs from break-offs from break-offs from break-offs just shows, man, there's no brotherhood in any of these other fake Israelite congregations.
That's right.
If you can leave your brother so easy behind whatever. And I remember in the back, just a couple of years ago when General Muhammad was breaking down, you know, the purple people. I don't even, I don't want to say the other word, but when it came down to it, it was all over money. What was the guy's name? The Pocket.
I don't remember who you talking about.
These brothers was going in each other's houses, taking money, going on trips. I mean, I think off of that split, it was after they left the purple group, it was 2 or 3 more splits. Now you got 2 or 3 more fake Israelite groups, and that just shows there's no brotherhood, man.
That's right.
We're not going to leave the ISUPK, and then I'm going to start ISUPK Kansas City, and I'm not them, I'm this.
Right.
But I just so happen to still learn under Commander Youre and Hannah. I'm just going to spit it my way.
Right.
That's ridiculous, man.
Yeah, right.
That's ridiculous, and that's not brotherhood, and that's not biblical, and that's a sin according to the Most High God, man. Right. You understand? So while we talking about, nobody will go unpunished for breaking God's law. The Most High God, is going to punish those who break his laws, man.
That's right. You
understand? And it's all throughout the Bible. It's all throughout the Bible.
Yeah, right.
So can I get Deuteronomy 28 and 1? Because look at the current conditions of so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians, man. We always sit and wonder, why? And then, while we doing that, what do we go do? We go march. We go to church and pray. We give our very last dollar to pastor. And the pastor's like, hell, I mean, shit, I'm Salakia. I might as well, go get me go get a new Ferrari.
Right.
You understand? I'm going to molest these little boys and little girls in my congregation. You know why? Because God doesn't care. He loves you as you are. You can sin and you can win. That's what they teach in the Christian church, man. There's no punishment for lawlessness in the Christian church. You can do what the hell you want to do and then still teach people that God loves you. That the Most High God is not going to do anything behind your lawlessness or your transgressions. But in the Bible, it says otherwise. You got that?
God. And it shall come to, Salakia, Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Most High thy power, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Most High thy power will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
See, the Most High said if we would have listened and hearkened to him, if we would have followed directions,
that's right.
Which Israelites, we're horrible at following directions, man.
Right.
Unless you're an Isupk.
Right.
You have to be a soldier to follow directions.
Right.
You have to be a righteous brother. And sisters, too. It's righteous sisters that follow directions, that do what they're told. They don't do what they feel.
Right.
Your feelings are a demon.
That's right.
And your feelings are going to get you killed by the Lord, man.
That's right.
You understand? Can you read that from the top, Baba Kasha?
Con. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Most High thy power, to observe and to do all his commandments which I command thee this day, that the Most High thy power will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
The Lord said he would have set us on high above all the nations on earth if we would have obeyed.
That's right.
Who wouldn't want, look at Salaki, every Negro wants to be on top.
That's right.
Everybody wants to be the man.
That's right.
Everybody wants, what do they say? They want to ball out of control.
Right.
Everybody wants to be a boss.
Mm-hmm.
How many times do we hear that throughout the day? I'm a boss. I'm a boss. What Khalees say? What was that? What that rapper sisters? I'm bossy.
Mm-hmm. Bossy.
So we're not bossy at all.
Right.
Floyd Mayweather is not a boss.
That's right.
Kobe Bryant wasn't a boss.
Right.
LeBron James wasn't a boss. They're
Right.
just rich slaves, man.
That's right.
They're rich slaves. We're all slaves to this nation. We're all slaves to this oppressor. We're on the bottom, man.
That's right.
Because we disobeyed the Lord.
That's right.
Hell, these celebrities are still dying just like they're poor.
Right.
These celebrities can't catch a break. So don't respect anyone just because they're in a position of power according to this system, according to our oppressor system. The only way you're going to get in power is by serving the Lord, man.
That's right.
And that's what the Isupk is doing under Commanding General Yohana. We're establishing power in the earth through Christ, the King of Kings, Lord of Lords, man. We're bringing that power. The scriptures say the kingdom of heaven starts in you. I'm
That's right.
paraphrasing. And Commanding General Yohana is the only one that held on to the truth. So blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians can know their true culture and identity and learn how to obey these laws, man.
That's right.
So the Lord will be with us. He made a sacrifice so the Lord will be with us, man.
That's
And
right.
we can understand that. It don't get no better than that.
Yeah, right.
What the hell you gonna do? You gonna follow Floyd Mayweather on Instagram all damn day
Mm-hmm.
and watch every piece of jewelry he puts on,
Right.
and you think he's a boss? While you sitting there sinning, coveting everything that he has?
That's right.
Come on, man. Why don't you tune in to, was it Black Watch?
Black Watch.
Why don't you tune in to Black Watch on Mondays and learn how the hell to serve the Lord, man?
That's right.
Why don't you tune into these classes every Monday, Tuesday, hell, every day of the week?
That's right.
You need to be tuned in to ISUPK in your city somewhere, learning God's laws, learning how to be a brother, learning how to be a sister, learning how to be a father,
That's
a
right.
mother, a child. But we don't want that out of line.
Yeah, right.
We want to watch Floyd.
Right.
We desire to have an $8 million watch.
$18 million.
So like, I missed the number. $18 million watch. That's our desire. And that's nothing.
That's right.
You compare an $18 million watch to ruling the entire universe.
That's right.
There's no comparison. There's no comparison. Hell, they talking about they want to be a boss and get millions of dollars with some oppressor's face on it.
Right.
Salaki, why not have that oppressor go make you $18 billion?
Right.
Hell, we're not even going to use his money in our kingdom.
Yeah, right.
Why not have your oppressor kiss your boots?
That's right.
Lick up the dust on your boots.
Yeah, right.
And go into slavery for as twice as long as he had us in slavery.
That's
and
right.
build up our kingdom
That's
along with all these other heathens, man. That's true power.
Yeah, right.
That's being a boss.
Damn right.
We just want to be rich slaves. I don't want.
We just
please.
I like it. Well, Floyd Mayweather watch all them diamonds. That's some Jewish oppressor that owns those diamond mines that the diamonds even come from for your jewelry.
Kind of the concept.
Black men don't own those diamond mines or don't own diamond companies, don't own jewelry companies. Like he bought $18 million on a watch, spent $18 million on a watch. He could have started a store that sold jewelry to black people. You understand?
Kind
Like
of the
he went to
concept.
a white man, a Jewish man, to get those diamonds. So like
I mean,
it blow your mind.
You're exactly right. So all the money that Floyd makes that's given to him by his oppressor, he goes and spends with the oppressor.
Right.
He's not
Giving
spending.
it right back to him.
He's giving it right back to him. He's not spending with, he may spend with a black business. I don't know what he does with his money personally, but I know for sure what he say. I'm going to Gucci.
Oh yeah, I know what he do with his money because I see what he does with his money.
Kind of the kind, sir.
I see what he spends his money on. He's spending his money on a watch that costs $18 million.
Kind of the kind.
And a necklace, I think he got a necklace out that's like the same amount of money. It's like a diamond necklace that costs about the same amount, like $10 million, something like that. And just watches and just luxury clothing, luxury housing, mansions, islands, yachts, jets, all of those things he spends his money on. None of those things he spends his money on is owned by anybody that looks like him.
Right.
And as you was talking about power, that's not power, like you said. This brother has to go to the oppressor he's getting the money from the oppressor. Then he goes and spends it back with the oppressor.
Kind of the kind.
So they know, I got Floyd Mayweather. I'm making money off of him. I'm making, no matter which way he tries to flip it, he's going to give it right back to the oppressor.
Kind of the kind.
He gambles on sports. He's giving it right back to the oppressor. He doesn't own the gambling sports league. You understand?
Kind of the kind.
He doesn't own the houses that black people stay in. White people do.
Kind of the kind.
He doesn't own the property that he stays on. A white man does. He doesn't own the boat company that builds the yacht. A white person does. So when he goes to have his yacht built, when he purchases Rolls Royce, who owns Rolls Royce? A black man?
Sir.
Who owns Fendi and Cartier and all of those luxury brands? Black people?
Oppressors.
Oppressors own them.
Kind of the
so
kind.
He's making it, getting beat in the head, can't read, can't talk, illiterate from battling and fighting other Hispanics and North American Indians and black men. Then he gets that paycheck from the oppressor and gives it right back to the oppressor.
Kind of the kind.
Like that, you just transferring slave masters from the ring to the luxury brand.
Kind of the kind, sir.
Probably the same slave owners the same oppressors. Then they are slave owners. The same oppressors that own some of those Bentleys probably own those brands that he even buys his jewelry from or his clothes from. I wouldn't be surprised. You'd be surprised the amount of oppressors that have a conglomerate that own multiple businesses that you never would even own. The devil that owns Moet Hennessy owns like 15 other different luxury brands that you wouldn't even have known. Like that's how the oppressor gets down. He doesn't go and box. That's not what he does. He don't go and dunk a basketball. He raises his son to own that team. He raises his son to have you put the money to own that bank that you're gonna put the money in. That's what the oppressor does. He doesn't fool around with teaching his son boxing or any of that because he's gonna have billions of dollars where the security is gonna come from. He's gonna teach his sons to own a security company so you won't ever have to worry about anything.
That's right.
He's gonna teach you how to own the bank so you don't ever have to worry about anything. You understand? He's gonna teach you how to run Floyd Mayweather's business. Floyd Mayweather's children are drug addicts, whores, whoremongers, spending money like their father. They're the same thing. You think that they're going to be a responsible business people? His daughter is a teenage mother. She's not going to be a responsible businesswoman. She's a whore. She's a young slut in training. Why? Because all he loved his whole life was whores.
That's right.
And sluts. And he never taught his children how to be one West. He never taught his children how to love a black woman. He never taught his sons how to be honest businessmen. He never taught his sons integrity. He never taught them the laws of God. He taught them how to just buy whatever you want to buy.
That's right.
Have sex with whatever you feel like having sex with. Put your
Kind.
ride in anything. He taught his daughter to don't ever allow a man to respect you, because I don't respect women. I treat them like, I objectify women and I treat them like whores. So you can do the same. You should let a man do the same thing to you. Now, he may not verbally say it, but his actions show it. And that's Christianity. Christianity doesn't keep the laws of God. Christianity shows us not to keep the laws of God.
That's right.
Christianity doesn't have to tell us to hate black people. They show us to hate black people.
That's right.
They show us how to love the oppressor. They show us how to keep the laws of the oppressor better than we keep the laws of our power.
Right.
More than we keep the laws of our power. And it's what hurts us in the long run. And if I could add this one thing, Elisha,
please, I don't want.
Keeping the laws of God is the only answer.
That's right.
Like, I look at all the struggle that we endure here in America. I think about all of the pain that we feel, that these single black mothers in Chicago feel, and I go, obeying God it's the obvious answer. It's obvious. It's the only thing that could ever save our life. Keeping the laws of God. You literally have tried everything else. You tried everything else. You were in all the religions. Some of you Negroes were atheists at one point. Some of them were atheists, Elisha. Some of them were atheists, Christian, Buddhist, monk. Everything, you name it, they tried it. And you still are dead.
That's right.
You still get raped. You still get kidnapped. You still are on drugs. You still are crackheads, cokeheads, struggle with lean addiction, pills, popping pills, Newports. You do everything, and you believe in everything. The only thing we never tried is keeping the laws of God. And that is the obvious answer. It's like, okay, if we stop being whores and stop getting high, maybe it's almost like the answers on the test are right. It's like an open book test.
Right.
Like the Lord is punishing us and giving us this hard test. He's going to war with us so that we can war with our demons, and he's giving us the answers in the Bible. It's an open book test, literally. It's an open book test, and all we got to do is open the Bible and say, oh, the Bible say here, don't eat pork. I got high blood pressure. The Bible says stop eating shrimp, crab, and lobster. The Bible says stop eating pork. I got STDs. We number one STDs. The Bible says don't be a whore and don't be a sodomite. It's like the answers are so obvious. It's an open book test. But thanks to Christian pastors and thanks to poor black leaders, we don't listen to what God said. We listen to what they say.
That's right.
Because what a man tells you is going to be more believable. Whenever a man tells you not to have any authority over you, you're going to just get in line to believe that belief. Whatever somebody tells you, you don't have to listen to this. You can do whatever you feel like doing. You can do whatever feels good, brother. Every Negro and their mama is going to be in line for that religion. Everybody. Everybody's going to go to whatever somebody tells them. They don't have to listen to the Bible, or they put the Bible in a way where nobody has to really believe it, but they believe some of it and take some things out. Everybody is going to believe that thing when this Bible is the obvious answer.
That's right.
Salakia.
No, I don't want a hand. Because he's dropping it so heavy, man. The Bible is the answer.
That's right.
And then like you said yesterday, man, because these other nations know the Bible's the answer.
That's right.
Because they know the Bible.
That's right.
We don't know. Just like in Psalms 83, the 83rd chapter, man. How they conspire and come against to try to take us, to pretty much take us down.
That's right.
They know what they're doing. And we follow it because, we rather be a slave.
Yeah, right.
Just know, trying to be a boss, I think I'm going to make that a Facebook post. Trying to be a boss is the new slave.
That's right.
A boss is a slave, man.
Yeah, right.
And what Floyd Mayweather does, and he doesn't, I don't think he intentionally knows what he's doing. But brothers and sisters in that position, you understand, who are stars and, like that, they teach, the poor of their nation to be slaves.
Right.
Because, like I said, we can just go on Instagram and live and we try to, Salaki, I seen a brother, you may have seen this. This brother that was Gucci down, he got out the car in the hood. He in the middle of the hood. He has Gucci everything on. This brother's outfit was probably a few $1,000s, and he's asking for some change to get something out the store. What the hell you doing wearing Gucci in the middle of the hood begging for change? Because we try to mimic these superstars and celebrities because we want what they want. It's like they set the standard out of wine and we go chase it.
Right.
I tell you something. Nobody gives a damn if you wear Gucci, man.
Yeah, right.
And it is real feminine for a man to try to just keep up with all the fashion.
Yeah, it is. Con.
That's effeminate, man.
Yeah, right.
There's sisters out here, they don't give a damn what you wearing. You have on some work boots.
They want that ride.
Yes, kind of the kind, sir. At the end of the day, you doing that to look good. You know, what Captain Tazariak say? That's like half a homo. He always says that. I don't know if that's a New York thing, but you understand? He said that's half a homo. To be keeping up with all the fashion and keeping up, trying to wear all designer and talking about you dripping. Salakia. Yikes. But these people that we look up to are just going to keep us good slaves, man.
That's right.
And the Lord is going to continue to punish us if we keep disobeying. I mean, and that's the topic of the night, and that's why I keep repeating it. So we'll understand that the leadership and the people that we look up to are not good leaders at all. They're not fit to lead us, man.
That's right.
Hell, you brought out just the other week what the leader of the Memphis Black Lives Matter, she's going to jail.
That's right.
She's going to jail. And what the hell has Black Lives Matter even done for black people? What the hell have they done? As far as I know, I mean, after George Floyd, I'm pretty sure at least a dozen or more brothers have been shot by the police, killed and slain by the police. Has it stopped? Has the message got, besides all the besides all the banners and black flags you see in the yards, Black Lives Matter, and bumper stickers, and them stealing millions of dollars, what the hell have they done for black people? And I'm only mentioning them because that's the latest trendy blackety black so-called leadership that's circling throughout the earth that everybody knows. Martin Luther King didn't help. Jesse Jackson didn't help. Al Sharpton didn't help. All your local black leaders, mayors, pastors, They didn't help.
That's right.
They haven't solved any of the problems. They haven't helped you fight any of your demons.
That's right.
Your children still don't know a damn thing.
Right.
They're going in Chicago. Matter of fact, why it's on my mind, it was a story that I'm going to play this clip real quick while it's on my mind, I don't mind. If I may.
Make sure you turn the volume down a little bit so when you play it, it don't blow that thing up.
Allow my shit, and I can't get out of it. So if you...
It just goes right into the point.
We throw our shit up like that, you feel? I'm definitely allow my shit, and I can't get...
Now, this is a brother in Chicago, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not going to play the whole video. I just want to get to the point. This is a brother from Chicago who's in the gang. I don't know which gang he's in. But he's just basically saying how he can't get out the game. He can't get out the game. He's being oppressed by his own damn people in a gang. Barack Obama. Isn't Barack Obama or Michelle Obama, aren't they from Chicago?
Michelle Obama.
Doesn't Chicago have so-called black leaders? And they had that damn movie. It wasn't a movie. It was a series, The Shy. Showing all the, pretty much that series was glorifying LGBT. And it showed a gang of curses that's going on in Chicago. But guess what it didn't show? It didn't show any solutions.
Right.
And we sit here and watch these, shows, BMF, The Shy, Snowfall, and It's not showing any solutions.
That's right.
It just keeps us good slaves and wanting to glorify that lifestyle.
That's right.
Like I said, we watch these movies. We watch these movies and series in ISUPK. But like I said earlier, we don't look at things the same.
That's
We're able to pick up the oppression that's being pushed on our nation by our oppressor, by the devil, man. We're able to pick that up. We just can't watch it the same.
Yeah, right.
We can't look at it the same, man. Because we're new creatures.
That's right.
And we have to teach like this and use all these articles and videos for example, because this is what our people are going through. And if you ever wonder why we're going through it at the rate that we are, it's because we're sinners.
That's right.
We're sinners. They want to try everything else. They want to try the conscious community. They want to try Islam. They want to. Well, I'm not Baptist anymore. I'm non-denomination. I mean, hell, they trying CMOS. They trying everything.
That's right.
They trying everything under the sun, but just not keeping God's laws.
That's right.
Why not let the Most High fight your battle?
Yeah, right.
We don't have to go fight. We just have to obey. It's like you, sir. I mean, hell, we don't got to go pick up AKs and spend all our damn money on all the ammo in the earth.
Right.
I got an uncle. I can't even go over his house. It's like my uncle has crates of ammo and he has stockpiles of weapon. I love my uncle, man. You know what I'm saying? He a hardcore Judite. But I mean, he has crossbows. I mean, you name a weapon, he has it. And he thinks he's gonna. This is his thing. He thinks he's gonna take out as many oppressors before he goes out. Whenever this war kicks off, the Lord will fight your battle for you. Yeah, I wish I was gonna come back. You understand, and destroy these nations, man. All you have to do is obey. And I'm not, and we're in the UPK, we're not against having weapons. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that at all. We're not against having weapons. You understand, and protecting yourself. But
if you can legally get one, get one.
Yeah, if you can legally get a weapon, get one. But we're wise enough to know that ultimately the Lord is the one that's going to get us out of this oppression, man.
That's right. We don't put our trust in weapons.
We don't put our trust in weapons. Salakia, the water out of wine. We don't put our trust in weapons, man.
Yeah, right.
Because like the scriptures say, the weapons of our warfare are not carnal.
Yeah, right.
We understand this is a spiritual battle.
That's right.
Your oppressor has all the damn weapons anyway.
That's right.
Hell, I heard they got weapons that shoot air. Salakia. I mean, unless the brother's lying. This is a close friend of mine. He's in the military. He's a little burnt. He's a good brother though. But what I'm saying is like he said he tests the weapon. He tests out weapons, and he said they got a weapon. He said, bro, it is air. He said it's like compressed air to blow a hole in the wall with air. You gotta understand, you're oppressor, man. It's okay to have weapons legally, but come on. Without the Lord, even if you got the weapons,
right?
Without the Lord, man, your weapon might not work.
That's right.
It's not. Right. I'm not even gonna say might. Salaki, your weapon's not gonna work.
Right.
You understand? What was the brother in California, the ex-police officer, who went on a rampage and killed all the Christopher Donor. That brother went and laid some stuff down. He laid some stuff down. I mean, and it was exciting to hear about it. But at the end of it, he had to take his own life.
That's right.
He took his own life because he seen that the system that he worked in and who he was fighting for, that it wasn't anything.
Right.
That he was still being oppressed. He understood that. And I pray that every so-called Black, Latino, Native Indian realizes that one day. If you're in Esau's military, if you're in Esau's police force or law enforcement or any type of Navy, Marines, I pray one day that you see, you understand, Commander General Hanna in the Isupk and realize you're still being oppressed.
That's right.
If you haven't realized you're being oppressed already. And I pray you don't go out like that brother and just snap one day to where you go kill some oppressor, because you can't go just kill somebody because you realize you're being oppressed.
Right.
ISBK, we keep the laws of the land as well. But we understand that brother's pain.
Right.
Let the Lord fight for you, man.
Yeah, right.
Let the Most High fight for you.
That's right.
All you have to do is obey.
That's right.
And like you brought out yesterday out of wine, which was a heavy point, man. That police force, the #1 killer of the police in New York, is the COVID-19. And get a Lord a hand for that, man. These oppressor police are dying from a disease that they can't cure. They still, everybody, get your COVID-19 vaccine and the booster.
Right. Protect
yourself by all means.
Right.
But it's not protecting those cops.
That's right.
That's the Lord.
Damn right.
That's the Lord, man. You understand? So we have to understand, man.
It's like if I could say
Please.
on that point, what you just said was so heavy. In a gun or a weapon, a knife, a bomb, like you don't have to blow yourself up like the Unabomber and like the devil that blew up the damn Texas Federal Building down there in Waco, Texas. You don't have to be the goddamn Russian bombers that blew up Boston, the Boston Massacre. You don't have to be the Arabs that came over here and flew planes into 9/11, into the World Trade Center, into the Pentagon.
Right.
You don't have to do any of that. All you have to do is just simply obey the Most High.
That's right.
That's it.
Damn right.
That's all you have to do. And you know why? Because God wants to get the glory anyway.
Damn right.
What in the hell does he need you for? Some sinner who has sex with whores, who's half of homosexual, what in the hell would he need you for? You think the Black Panther Party was doing God a favor? You think you Christians are doing God a favor by going and buying, stockpiling weapons and ammunition? All of it. Listen, you only need one gun to shoot anybody. You got 15 weapons. You can't even use all 15 weapons, Elijah. You got 15 guns in the house and 15 people came. What, you going to shoot one with each gun? You're going to be put to death with one person out of that group of 15. You know why? Because God wasn't on your side. Because you decided to celebrate Valentine's Day. And you decided to celebrate Christmas and to put a Christmas tree in your house. You decide to gear up for St. Patty's Day and for the so-called New Year's of our oppressor. You celebrated that. And that's the reason why your gun is going to jam.
Damn right.
Not because of any mechanical reason, because God is not going to be with you. Your gun won't jam. You got a 100-round clip. You're going to be put to death by 5 cops.
That's right.
You're going to be put to death by some F-22 Raptor that you can't fly. Because the oppressor is the piloteer. And they have air superiority. They have aerial prowess.
That's
air
right.
supremacy. You can't fight the oppressor. Not because he has more guns than you. Because the Most High God is on our oppressor side.
That's right.
That's why.
Damn right.
The white man got all the guns, all the military, and you can still defeat him if God were on your side. The same way Joshua defeated all those African nations. The way King David, my God, he defeated the Philistines. He defeated that old disgusting Hamite, Goliath, who was 3 times his size. 3 times his size, and Goliath, and David comes back with a trophy, his head as a trophy. Everybody would have thought everybody did think David was crazy. Elisha, when he said, well, I'll go fight this cat. David's some pretty boy, some good, young-looking, strong man, 13, 14, and he goes out and kills this African that's aged at killing.
Right.
David is young. He's younger than I. He's young enough to be some of your sons at this point. And some 40-year-old, 50-year-old African who's been murdering for, he's done 15 tours of war. David just goes out there with old slingshot because God was on his side.
That's right.
God was on his side. I believe that Goliath had the most experience. He had the most armor. He had better weapons, better weaponry. And guess what happened? David slew him like it was nothing. Like it was making a jump shot. Like it was just putting gas in your car. It was nothing to him because he believed and trusted in the Most High God.
Damn right.
He was a man after God's own heart. The Lord was with him.
Damn right.
He's the children of slaves. King David, he's the children of slaves. He was an Israelite.
Damn right.
And God is with the Israelites when they obey the Most High God. But when you disobey our power, the Most High power is not with us. That's the reason why the oppressors can pull your son over and right in front of his daughter and wife, you're going to be put to death. Right in front of all of your family and friends, you're going to have a knee on your neck as you're crying out to your dead mother. You know why? Not because they have all of those weapons on those belts. Not because America is the most powerful country. Because God is not on your side.
Damn right.
The only way to get God on your side is not through prayer, is not through church, is not through NATO, is not through voting, is not through joining law enforcement, military, air supremacy. It's simply through obeying the Bible and the Most High God's laws, statutes, and commandments. That's the only way that you will ever receive God's protection.
Right.
But until then, I don't care if it's 400 years or 4,000 years. The longer you go without obeying God's laws under commanding General Yohana in the Isupk, the longer your people, the longer the Issacharites, the tribe of Issachar, the Mexicans on the border, the longer the Levites, the tribe of Levi from the Haitians, the longer our people are going to be put to death. The longer they're going to be in INS detention centers, the longer the Levites are going to be underneath the bridge, eating trash, not having enough food, not having shelter, not having the necessary needs for a woman on her cycle.
Toiletry.
The necessary toiletries,
the
toothpaste and the baby diapers, the pads. You won't have those things, and you will never have those things. You will always be poor. We will always be put to death by cops, by the government, by whoever. No matter if Donald Trump's in office, no matter if Barack Obama's in office. If a black president became president, your son is going to be put to death by the hands of the cops.
Right
in front of his daughter and his wife. You know why? Because God is not on our side.
That's right.
The only way God will be on our side is to keep the Lord's laws, statutes, and commandments. That's it.
That's right. That's the only way.
That's right.
And you got to understand, that's the key to life, man. Everybody's looking like for life purpose. What's my life purpose?
Right.
Your life purpose is to serve the Lord if you're Israelite, man.
Yeah, right.
There's no other purpose. There's nothing else to do. But, you understand? We'd rather be slaves, man.
Yeah, right.
We'd rather be slaves. Oh.
And like you was just saying, if I may, so like you.
Please.
Just one more time. Like the scripture you just read, that it's not grievous to keep God's commandments.
Kind.
If the only way to get protection from the Most High God is by serving God, is by keeping His commandments, guess what? It's not hard to keep God's commandments. The Lord didn't even make it hard. You love to be lazy and you want everything to be easy and you don't care to get a job. Well, guess what? You can lay in the bed all day and keep God's commandments. That's how easy keeping God's commandments is. That's how simple it is. You don't have to buy horse. You don't have to. You choose to.
That's right.
You don't have to be a slut. You choose to. You don't have to be a monster to your husband. You want to be a monster to your husband. You don't have to buy pork bacon. You don't have to buy pork ham. That's a cut of meat. You can go buy beef ham, beef bacon, chicken bacon, turkey bacon. You can go buy bison meat. You can go buy elk meat and venison meat and lamb meat and ram's meat. You don't have to go and disobey God's laws.
That's right.
It's easy to keep God's laws. It's not hard. There's no fight about keeping God's laws. There's no destruction. You don't have to go and say, well, damn, I mean, it'll kill me if I was to go get this pork, if I was to go put this pork bacon back. It won't kill you. It'll actually save your life. That's how easy it is just to do the right thing. To do the lawful thing. It's as easy as you can lay in the bed all day and be a lawful, abiding citizen according to the Bible. You don't have to be a sinner anymore. Thanks be to the Most High in Christ that Command and Juliana held on to this truth. And now you see the men and the women in the UPK and the children and babies in the UPK keeping God's law.
That's right.
Now, how come you can't do it? Some little 5th grader, some little 4th grader in the ISUPK, they don't eat pork at school. They don't celebrate Valentine's Day. And you mean that some brother is in prison right now, that officer, Mashamar Yash, that brother's in the penitentiary right now.
Damn right.
And he's keeping the laws of God. And you mean to tell me you can't do it when you're freedom? You have the choice to choose pork bacon and turkey bacon.
Damn right.
And you can't put the pork bacon back? You have a choice to go buy a prostitute. And you decide to go demean some sister, to go disobey the laws of God, just to have sex with a whore, to have 2 minutes of pleasure. You mean to tell me you can't have the ease of just saying, no, I won't do it so my people can be saved? You're selfish.
That's right.
You're selfish. You are a coward. And you are never going to get the type of respect and protection that you so desire, that you so march for and you so long for, if you could never do the easy things like simply putting pork bacon back. Like simply not having sex with whores. That's easy, man. That's not hard. All you have to do is fight your flesh.
Right.
I know the problem. You can't fight your flesh. You know why? Because you're Christian. And in the Christian church, you're allowed to give in to your flesh and make an excuse about it. Not in the UPK. And now I see why more brothers and sisters are not in here, Elisha. Now you get to see and understand why there aren't more of our family members sitting right beside us in these classes.
Right.
Because they are cowards and you are not. Because you do something that they refuse to do. And that is fight your flesh. They will never do that, but you do it every day.
That's right.
They give in to their flesh. They give in to their desire. They give in to Satan, and you don't. That's why they will never sit next to you. That's why brothers and sisters watching the class, why they will never come into the UPK, because they're not man enough to come into the UPK, because they're weak.
That's
and
right.
They're cowards.
That's right.
And they don't have the strength that you have.
Damn right.
Even though we grew up poor just like them, even though we've been molested just like them, we have the will to keep going and to fight Satan. Why? For us, for our people.
That's right.
For our children.
Damn right.
For our wives. For our families. For our nation. For our God. And we will continue to fight under commanding General Youre. And we will not be weak. We will not be a stumbling block for another brother and sister. We are going to do it. Whatever God says do, we are going to do.
Damn
Whatever
right.
commanding General Youre says do, we are going to do it. Through hell or high water, we are going to achieve a higher goal so that our children won't be put to death by the hands of some racist cops. So our daughters don't have to fear for their life in a school when some shooter comes through there and their peers shooting their classmates. So our sons don't have to fear walking to the grocery store and getting snatched up and getting murdered from some op, from some blood or some crip. We'll do it for them.
Damn right.
We're going to fight for them, not for us. And that's why there's not enough people why there's not more people in here.
Damn right.
That's why. Because you are selfish. Everything is about you. The laws of God have nothing to do with you. The Feast of Purim has nothing to do with you. The Lord's Passover has nothing to do with you. You're going to do it because God said do it for your nation and for your people, not for yourself.
Damn right.
Save somebody else for once. Do something for somebody else for a change other than looking out for what's good for you. What's the benefit in it for me? You don't have a benefit in keeping the law, but your nation does.
That's right.
You don't benefit from not eating pork, but some little black girl that you've never met, she does. You don't benefit from not having sex with a whore. You want to have sex with that whore. You got lust like any man has lust. I got lust. You got lust. But you're going to not have sex with that whore, so some little black girl that you've never met doesn't grow up to be a whore.
Right.
You're going to do it for somebody else.
Damn right.
And that is why God gave us the law. God gave us the law so that we will never be Christian and be selfish and be evil and disgusting toward one another. We do it because it's brotherhood to do it. We do it because God commanded us to do it.
That's right.
And you're going to save your people's life by doing it. You're going to do that. You should stop being a coward. You should get in the UPK. You should find the nearest school. And you should start keeping the laws of God.
Most High in Christ. He's dropping it so heavy. And Christianity is not the answer. As a matter of fact, I'm going to play this video. And this is a result of Christianity. This is as a result of transgressions and sins, the conditions that this brother is in, man. The hell that so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians go through is because of our disobedience. And we're about to, listen to what this brother has to say.
Like that, you feel? I'm definitely been out of my set, and I can't get out of it.
So if you walked off this porch and walked down 16th Street,
I'll be dead walking on 16th.
He said he can't go off the porch and walk up 16th Street. He can't go up the block because he said he'd mess around and be dead. This is a result of our disobedience, man.
That's right.
This young brother, he looks like he's young. I mean, he looks like he's about 17. And he can't walk up the block without getting killed. You understand?
You feel? You can't 16. I won't even think about walking up 16 at this time of day. Trying to go straight. I won't even play like that.
What could I do to try to save Cortez?
So this brother's saying, what can he do to try to save Cortez? I don't know if this is his father. It looks like this might be his father or some pastor. I'm not sure. But if this young brother is not learning the Most High God's laws, he can't be saved. And I don't mean saved like Christians in Christianity. Because you know how Christians say they're saved. They think they're saved already. They think they're blessed, highly sanctified, and as soon as the ghost leaves them, they going straight to heaven. They think they're saved already. But this young brother's life is in danger. Because of disobedience.
That's right.
Because of disobedience. It's nothing he's going to be able to do if this young brother doesn't hear the truth. Just like so many other blacks and Latinos and Native Indians all around the earth, man.
That's right.
We die. We go to prison. And we just, we're in hell. It has to be hell to live on a block you can't walk up.
Right.
I mean, that's hell. And then it's like, we're going to fight with guns to get out of this? Our melanin is going to save us?
Right.
Hell, we got all the melanin.
That's right.
Just like the Africans.
Right.
Just like the East Indians.
That's right.
As a matter of fact, I mean, hell, every nation has melanin except one.
That's right.
So if melanin was the key, and guns was the key, every nation has guns.
Right.
Every nation has melanin besides one. If all that was the key, we would be out of our oppression, right?
Yeah, right.
But that's not the key. The Lord is trying to show us something, man.
That's right.
The Lord is trying to tell so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians that you're special.
That's right.
That you shouldn't be doing whatever these other nations are doing, man. We shouldn't be killing each other. You understand? We shouldn't be getting high. We shouldn't be sleeping with whores like the Ottawa said, man.
That's right.
We shouldn't be, our sisters and our daughters shouldn't be whores.
That's right.
But we are. And that's the problem. And that's why we have situations like this, man.
That's right.
I'm going to play some more.
What you think?
It's not that easy. You can't.
How did it get to that point?
Of course, man. They robbed one of our homies. We robbed one of their homies.
So he said this is how the beef started. We robbed one of their homies. They robbed one of our homies. Now, if these brothers knew the laws, meaning you can't steal from a brother, you can't, I always mess up this word, you can't covet what another brother has.
That's right.
You understand? You can't take from somebody. You can't rob somebody.
Yeah, right.
If we were taught this from a young age in a Christian church, we wouldn't do these things. But the leadership has failed us, man.
Yeah, right.
These young brothers are going out here trying to live a lifestyle, trying to catch up to Floyd Mayweather.
Right.
Because they think those things are important.
Yeah,
they think the diamonds are important.
Yeah,
they
right.
think the money and the cars are important. They think the whores are important. None of that is important, man. The only thing we should be focused on as an Israelite is serving the Lord. So if we want these type of things to stop in our neighborhoods, in our nation, we have to obey, man.
That's right.
We must obey, man. Otherwise, man, this young brother, I mean, I don't know where he is in life now. I don't know how old this video is. I think it's fairly new. 2021, well, last year. But still, it's brothers every day that are dying and in this same position. And the Christian church has done nothing, I don't want.
That's right.
Black leaders have done nothing.
That's right.
And are these other nations, and ask yourself, are these other nations going through this in their neighborhoods? Are the Chinese going through this in their neighborhoods? Are the East Indians going through this in their neighborhoods? Is the so-called white man going through these type of, or they live in these type of conditions?
That's right.
Nobody's living in these type of conditions but so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians, man.
Right.
Because of our disobedience, man. Because we are the children of God. We are the Most High's chosen people. We are the Israelites. Hell, those Jewish men over in Israel today aren't the real Jews.
Right.
They're not going through the curses. They're not suffering. They're not in poverty.
Right.
They get billions of dollars of aid every year behind a Holocaust that was, probably make-believe. The Holocaust, what you learn in church, Salakia, what we learn in school about the Holocaust and in the death of all those so-called oppressors, most of the information isn't even true. How many people did they say they killed in the Holocaust? What?
6 million.
6 million? Let's say that number is accurate. Let's say that number is accurate. How many people died in a transatlantic slave trade?
That's right.
How many brothers and sisters died, Native American brothers and sisters died, when the oppressor came over here trying to establish this country? How many treaties did they break?
That's right.
How many people did they put to death? I mean, hell, they cut off a whole food supply just to get ahead in this country.
Right.
And you mean to tell me the Holocaust, if the numbers are accurate, 6 million people, but we're talking about 200 or 300 million people, man.
Yeah, right.
200 or 300 million people. So even percentage-wise, that Holocaust, I mean, that was like compared to what the oppressor has done to the true descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man.
That's right.
You understand? And we live in these conditions like this brother lives in now. I'm going to play a little bit more.
Came back, it really shot up. My homie shot 6 times. No bloodshed ever since.
So this been going on for how long?
Since like 2011. We was 13 then. But
13 years old. These brothers are hitting licks, robbing and shooting and killing each other at 13 years old, man. We're in hell, man.
That's right.
We are absolutely in hell.
Yeah, right.
These other nations, we are the children of God, man. And because of our disobedience, we are in these conditions.
Yeah, right.
Because lawlessness will not go unpunished.
Yeah, right.
These are curses, man. And we have to wake the hell up and understand we are cursed because of our disobedience. There's no other way to put it. I'm going to play some more.
now you ask me to shoot him, yeah, I'm shoot him, kill him.
Who could I talk to in the organized gang of it? Some old chiefs to bring everybody to the table.
Now, this old head that he's talking to is talking about who can he talk to in the organization, some old chiefs, to try to bring everybody together. They've been murdering each other.
That's right.
How the hell you going to bring two cats together when you don't want to? He's a Christian, obviously. He doesn't understand, I hate to say it. He doesn't understand. It's a war. It is an act of war.
Right.
And because he's a Christian and he thinks everybody's just supposed to magically just get along without teaching them how to fight their demons, without teaching them how to, obey the laws of the Most High, without teaching them brotherhood.
That's right.
You're wasting your time. You're going to try to bring these brothers together for what? They're going to look at you like, I want to kill you. The Christian church, and what did you say out of wine? It was something that you said that was so heavy. You understand? You can't blame the youth for a problem that's been going on forever.
Right.
So the lousy leadership that we have in the so-called Black, Latino, Native Indian community, because of Dr. Martin Luther King and leaders like him, all these problems are in the black household.
Right.
So how are you going to try to blame the youth for issues and problems you all allow to happen?
Yeah, right.
He wants to get them all together and talk
God.
after they've been killed each other, man. Salakia. And talk about what?
Peace.
The blood of Jesus?
Right.
Salakia.
Guns gonna get drawn, people gonna get shot. We young, we don't care about no old vice lord.
You hear what he said? He said, if you bring us together, people are going to get shot. People are going to get killed because this brother is lost.
Right.
He had no parents there. He had no leadership. And this is why the ISUPK is important under Commanding General Yohanna. Because it's brothers in this school, man, that have done similar things who have changed their life.
Right.
There's countless miracles in this school. Hell, myself, my Adawan,
Most High Christ.
it's a gang of brothers, man, who have changed their life, and it's a miracle.
Yeah, right.
It could be it's brothers in this school right now that could still be in the streets doing Lord knows what, man.
That's right.
But thanks to Commanding General Yohana, we have another chance, man. You know, through Christ, man. And this is why it's so important that this school, you understand, and the men in this school that we teach, and we have these classes, and we pay our tithes, and we keep these laws.
Yeah, right.
So maybe maybe another brother or sister, maybe another brother like him might have a chance. He might want to change his life.
That's right.
Because he sees real leadership. He sees something that he can relate to. He's not going to find it in a Christian church.
That's right.
Because if the Christian church was the solution, I mean, hell, the Christian church has been around forever.
Yeah, right.
I'm pretty sure he's been to a few services. I'm pretty sure he's been to funerals. Everybody knows about the Christian church.
Right.
I heard it, I don't mean to get off topic, but like, you know, I heard like it, and he's a Hamite, but I heard at Nipsey Hussle's funeral that brothers and sisters were smoking blunts in the service. I mean, they sitting there rolling their blunts, playing Nipsey Hussle's music, and the pastor was down there giving his sermon. And I mean, good night. I mean, what the hell else is it left to do in the church? I don't want. I mean, you can sin in the church. You just do it.
Right.
Hell, the pastor's doing it.
God.
They've been doing it. So when brothers don't see any integrity, when sisters don't see any integrity in the leadership, that means, you know, it doesn't give them hope for anything, man. If there's no integrity being preached or being practiced, and you're trying to tell people to, you know, change their lives, and you're a filthy, disgusting sinner, and you're a hypocrite, you think these young kids are stupid? You think these kids are stupid? It's like you telling your child not to smoke weed, and you smoke blunts every day in their face. Right. I remember a sister telling me, like, you know, I sleep with all these men, but I don't do it in front of my children.
That's right.
You don't think that they know?
Right.
You don't think that they know that their mother is a whore? Just because you don't do it in front of them.
That's right.
Guess what? You don't have a man.
Right.
There's no man in the house.
That's right.
There's no father figure. You have all these children with no man. They don't know order because you're not teaching it to them, and because, sis, you're not in order. You understand?
That's
so
right.
If it's no integrity inside the Christian church, man, nobody's going to pay you any attention. And that's why under Commanding General Yohana and ISUPK, man, you know, brothers and sisters listen.
That's right.
Because they see the integrity of the school.
Yeah,
They
right.
see that we're in here doing what we're supposed to be doing, what we're commanded. We're not out here sleeping with whores, celebrating Christmas, Halloween. We're not out here getting high. We follow these commandments, man.
Yeah, right.
You understand? I'm going to play a little bit more.
All old heads. Y'all not living what we going through every day. Y'all ain't getting shot at every day with guns with beams and lasers on them and special type of bullets that'll come in small and go out large and knock half of your head off. Y'all ain't going through that every day. We don't care about what y'all saying. We'll kill y'all. Somebody gonna get shot.
These kids today, when they say they're gonna kill somebody, they mean it.
Yeah, duh. You understand? Salakia. Yeah, duh. If they said they gonna do it, you see the murder rate in Chicago.
Right.
You understand?
1,000. I think it was 1,000 last year.
1,000 last year. Salakia. Look, nobody is threatening in Chicago. They're doing it.
Right.
Just like in every other hood near you.
Right.
Right here in Kansas City. If somebody says they're gonna kill you, you better believe it.
That's right.
So this is a past. Now this is the pastor right here talking. And he has to be a Catholic priest. He has the you know, the
Bishops wear those too.
Oh, they wear that?
Yeah, bishops wear that.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Church, yeah.
Well, he I guess he's a high-ranking bishop in whatever church that whatever. Salakia. So he's talking about these kids. If they said, yeah, duh.
Right.
That's the problem.
That's right.
You haven't taught them not to kill.
That's right.
You haven't taught them God's laws.
That's right.
You just teach them fake love.
Yeah, right.
Because like we just read earlier in 1 John 5:3, the love of God is keeping his commandments. Well, every black and Hispanic loves the Most High, but we don't keep his commandments. This pastor right here, he doesn't keep God's commandments.
That's right.
Look at his face. I mean, he's naked. I wish y'all could see. I mean, he's totally naked. Who the hell is Salakia? And I'm not trying to be funny because I know some brothers can't grow beards, but he's all the way clean. And then I was always taught, man, you can't trust a man with a naked face. Salakia. He don't even have like nothing.
Right.
You can't trust a Judite with a naked face. Salakia. I'm gonna play a little bit more of this pastor, man.
The only way.
And keep in mind, this is the problem in the black community. These black pastors and leaderships in the so-called black, Latino, and Native Indian communities, these are the this is the problem.
Right.
This is the problem. They act like all of a sudden that the crime is, that this just happened out of nowhere. This has been going on for a very long time.
That's right.
And they have done absolutely nothing. And when all that money, almost $900 billion stolen from black people, there is no help. There is no aid. There are no answers. But through the blood, sweat, and tears of the men of the ISUPK, doing everything, you know, under commanding General Hunter that we're supposed to, we're changing lives.
That's right.
We're changing families. You understand? The Christian church has been doing this for years and failing us, man.
That's right.
He just said that they said they're going to kill. I can't even believe he said that. The brothers just said, but we'll kill you.
Right.
And what in Salakia, and what is the Christians' solution? Well, we have to get guns off the street. Mm-hmm. It's the guns' fault. Mm-hmm. It's not the guns' fault. I'd rather have the guns and get rid of all the damn Christian churches, man.
Damn right.
Get rid of all those Christian churches.
That's right.
Burn all the Christian churches down. The weapons aren't the problem. It's the
That's
leadership,
right.
man.
That's right.
Get rid of all those damn Christian churches.
Right.
Every single last one. Salakia.
They won't kill you if they did themselves. Okay, bring both of those bags.
Okay, so this is his mother. Cortez's mother. Cortez, like I said, is out of control. He can't go up the block up 16th. You understand? They're going to kill him. These are the conditions of black people, man.
That's right.
Okay, I'm gonna take this out. Cortez's mom have had inbox threat through Facebook saying we know where you live at and we're gonna kill you, Cortez, and your kids.
So this sister is getting threatened as well because of her son. So she's getting threats on Facebook saying we're gonna kill you, your other kids, your son, everybody. Everybody. And how is this, and it's Salaki out of wine, I don't even know how is he gonna protect anything?
Right. They only know how to sing and dance.
Yeah, they gonna bang the timbre. What's he gonna stand outside and bang the tambourine?
A useless side.
And try to talk.
Right.
And try to preach. Salaki, those youngsters are gonna kill the pastor if he gets in the way. Because the Most High is not with the Christian church.
That's right.
And we are in these conditions. This sister's life is threatened because we are sinners, man. We are sinners.
The only thing that I can tell her is just time for you to move. So we can get Cortez out of town quick as possible. We headed to the juvenile detention to pick him up, moving and stuff, and we're going to hit the highway because their life is in danger.
So his solution is moving Cortez and his family out of town. You understand? I'm not necessarily going to say that's a bad move because his life is in danger. But Cortez having the understanding that he has right now, he's going to find trouble. Because he's not he doesn't know God's law. So no matter where Cortez and brothers alike go in the earth, they're going to find something to get into, man.
That's right.
They're going to find some way to break God's laws and get punished. And we have to understand this too. It's nowhere we can run in the earth to escape the judgment of the Most High.
That's right.
So we have to, fight our demons and fight so we can just obey, man.
Yeah, right.
And Salakia, can you drop down to 15 in Deuteronomy 28 and 15, Baba Kasha?
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Most High thy power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Verse 16.
Oh, so all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. You understand? So we didn't keep the laws of the Most High God.
That's right.
We did the exact opposite. We did what we wanted to do. We wanted to serve other gods. We wanted to live like the Egyptians. We want to live like the so-called white man. We want to live like who else? The Moabites,
right.
the Ishmaelites, the East Indians.
Right.
We want to do everything but serve the Lord.
That's right.
And that's why all these curses come upon us, man.
That's right.
Can you read that again from the top, Baba Kasha?
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Most High thy power.
It says it's going to come to pass if we don't listen to the Lord. If we don't listen to the Lord, man, like we're not listening to the Lord today.
Right.
That all these what? Keep reading.
To observe to do all his commandments.
It says to observe and to do all his commandments. We have to observe to do everything
That's right.
that the Lord commanded us, man.
That's right.
Not pick and choose like the Christian church says. Not pay your tithes, but everything else is done away with.
Right.
Everything else in the Christian church is done away with but that.
That's right.
Ask your pastor, why is that? Why do we
Right.
pay tithes if we don't have to keep the rest of the laws?
Right. Damn right.
You understand?
That's right.
We don't pick and choose. You have to observe to do everything, man.
That's right.
You understand? Keep reading.
And his statutes.
And his statutes, man. It's a way you have to, carry yourself.
That's right.
The Lord wants you to conduct and carry yourself in a certain manner.
That's right.
He doesn't want you to conduct and carry yourself like the oppressor.
Right.
He doesn't want you to lust after another man's wife.
That's right.
He doesn't want you thinking about lusting after another man's wife.
Damn right.
You understand? He doesn't want you dressed in a certain type of way. You understand? A sister can't dress, she can't be a tomboy.
Right.
She can't dress like a man.
Right.
She can't grow a beard.
Right.
Even if she can, she better get rid of it.
That's right.
You understand? And brothers can't go out here and dress like women.
Clean shaven they face.
Clean shaven, just like this brother here,
Right.
this pastor. You can't be smooth face.
Right.
You can't cut your hair like the Egyptians,
That's right.
getting razor sharp lines like Steve Harvey used to have.
That's right.
That's not your culture, man.
Damn right.
That's the culture of heathens.
That's right.
And just because we feel like it's a little law or, it doesn't matter to you, we can't think that it doesn't matter to the Most High.
Damn right.
Because we just read, keep reading.
All these curses.
All these blessings.
All these curses.
This sister has to move out of town.
All these curses.
Cortez cannot go up the block without getting killed.
All these curses.
Babies getting killed on 77 in Indiana. 10-year-olds dying.
All these curses.
These young sisters are getting sex trafficked and coming up missing.
All these curses.
I mean, drugs. You understand? Drugs. Prostitution.
That's right.
Hell. I mean, poverty.
All these curses.
Keep reading.
Shall come upon thee.
All these curses are going to come upon us because of our disobedience, man.
That's right.
Everything that we hate is going to come upon us.
That's right.
Because we do not keep God's laws, man.
Yeah, man.
You understand any more on us on that?
God shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
These curses are overtaking us, man.
Right.
what are those one brothers, man? These are some disgusting Negroes, man. And Candace Owens as well. She's disgusting as well because they say that, you know, if you work hard enough as a black person, that, you know, all this doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
They refuse to admit that racism still is in America.
That's right.
They refuse to admit that
The white man is the devil.
definitely that's the last thing on their mind, that the white man is on the Salaki. Salaki, that's the last damn thing that's on their mind,
Right.
the white man being the devil, man.
That's right.
What are those twin brother, the Hodge twins? You ever catch those? Now I used to watch these brothers because you know, they had some good. They used to be in the gym and they work out, and and then all of a sudden they start getting into politics. They're major Trump supporters, so you know they pretty much just come up against the Democrats, which I don't give a damn about a Democrat or a Republican.
That's right.
But it's just sick to see so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians fighting so hard for a country who has oppressed them, and then denying situations like, you know, George Floyd.
Right.
And they say things like, well, if he may have done this and not done that, that maybe he wouldn't be in that situation.
Right.
When our oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. I don't give a damn about, you know, I'm not saying that George Floyd was he was an innocent brother of whatever he did. But he didn't have to die like that.
That's right.
He didn't have to go out like that. I'm not saying Mike Brown was the most righteous brother, but he was an innocent child, man.
Right.
They shot him in cold blood. I'm not saying Trayvon Martin was the best kid, but he was innocent.
That's right.
And the damn oppressor killed him. Because what did he say? That they always get away with this.
God.
They always get away with stuff. You got to understand, man, that these other nations hate you.
That's right.
No matter how much, I don't give a damn how nice they be or, you know, how good of a lawyer you got. I don't give a damn if they hold the door open for you at the grocery store. Because our oppressor knows one thing. They know that they have power. They know that they are ruling. Hell yeah, okay, I'll hold the door for this nigga. That's how they think.
Right.
They don't have to be rude. They can be polite and still know that you're a slave.
That's right.
So don't get it. Don't fall for the, you know, what do they say? Don't fall for the okie doke, man.
That's right.
Because your oppressor seems to be good.
Right.
Don't act like the Hodge twins and Candace Owens and just deny that racism doesn't exist.
That's right.
When it absolutely does. And if we were, you know, if we, you know, loved each other like these other nations love their people, we would get so much further ahead in life.
That's right.
But instead, we love them and we hate each other. That's a curse.
That's right.
That's a curse. The Lord didn't command, you know, any other nation to come together like he commanded the Israelites. They just do. They do it.
Right.
You don't have to tell them that. But the Lord has to tell us everything, man.
That's right.
And our disobedience, if it wasn't for the ICPK under Commanding General Hanna, we would be destroyed, man.
Yeah, right.
We would be destroyed. Because no one else is trying to teach blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians to obey the Most High, man.
Right.
Yeah, I know what you're going to say is other Israelites. Look, listen. They can't even get along.
Right. That's right.
They can't even get along.
Yeah, right.
How the hell you going to teach some people to get along when you're not getting along?
Yeah, right.
How are you going to teach people to come together when you split every other month?
Right.
And then you tell them, oh, well, we're just going to come together magically one day when Christ returns.
That's right.
The Bible doesn't teach that, man.
Yeah, right.
That's garbage. That's just because you all don't have the answers to anything.
That's right.
If you want the truth, you need to get in the ICPK under Commanding General Hanna, man.
Yeah, right.
You understand? Let me get another preset, man. And I had it was something else interesting that I had, man. While we was talking about I don't know. I'm gonna bring something else out real quick. If you're in the Kansas City area, and if you're not keeping the Most High God's laws, like I said, the name of the topic of the class is lawlessness will not go unpunished.
That's right.
Lawlessness will not go unpunished. And this is just a real quick read. So the feds, the federal agents, you understand, right here in Kansas City, right? Feds start Operation Overdrive. you know what overdrive means. Salakia. Feds start Operation Overdrive. If you think we're being oppressed now, just imagine when this program kicks off. If you don't have the Lord's protection, and if you're in Kansas City, man, it's gonna be a chance you die.
Right.
Or go to prison forever.
Right.
You understand? Okay. Drug crackdown in Kansas City. And this article was posted the 15th. So yesterday, right? 2022. It says a local anti-drug effort courtesy of federal law enforcement is already underway. So if you out there selling the fentanyl-laced weed, if you selling the Molly, the perks, the crack, the coke, the shrooms, they got a place for you, Salakia. And they on a mission. They just said they're in overdrive. Overdrive. It says Kansas City is a part of a national sweep that includes a bevy of big cities from across the metro. The DEA announced Tuesday that 34 cities in 23 states will be part of the first phase of the Operation Overdrive initiative launched February 1st. Operation Overdrive uses a data-driven, intelligence-led approach to identify and dismantle criminal drug networks operating in areas with the highest rates of violence and overdoses, according to a release. So these federal agents, man, are going to use data collected, over a period of time, of course, of pretty much overdoses, high crime, and I mean, you got to think about the amount of information they already have. And you got to think about hell, if you on Instagram, Facebook Live, Snapchat, and any other damn social media site selling drugs, smoking, showing stolen guns with 3 or 4 bodies on them. I hate to say it, but you're going to jail. Right. They're cracking down. These feds said they are going in overdrive. So what does that mean for the rest of the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians? Even if you aren't selling drugs, because we're cursed, and because you're a nigga, a spick, or a wetback, you're going to be oppressed even more, man.
That's right.
You understand? How many innocent brothers and sisters have been caught up just because they've been affiliated with somebody?
Right.
That's my cousin. Oh, that's my friend. Maybe you just wanted to get high one time. Now you're going to be oppressed, man.
That's right.
And if I don't have the numbers, but the amount of young black and Hispanics that have caught federal cases in the last maybe 10, 15 years, I mean, it's skyrocketed, man. Brothers, at one time, everybody used to go to the state. And if you ask any old head that, any older person that, knows about the feds, you would think back in the day, like, that's where the big man go.
That's right.
That's where the top gangsters go. So, like, hell, they're locking crackheads up in the federal penitentiary for getting high. You're doing 85% of your time for getting high. I mean, we know the oppressor's the devil. But at the same time, we shouldn't be selling drugs. We shouldn't be doing crimes. The Lord doesn't want us doing any of those things. You understand? I'll read just a little bit more. Matter of fact, I'm done with that. and I wanted to go to one more because I brought up Trayvon Martin, and maybe you may have heard of this. I didn't know this. I didn't know that George Zimmerman was trying to sue Trayvon Martin's parents. Did you know that, Adawan?
Yeah, I did.
You did?
Gone.
This is new news to my ears. Now, if this article doesn't show that we're being oppressed, and you know, how does this man even have some nerve after killing their child to even try to sue? Like, I mean, this is just like, he didn't win the lawsuit, of course, but I mean, still,
Gone.
What do they say? The audacity, man.
Gone.
And that's why the Lord has to destroy this place. Because he knows he's a free man. And he knows that these are slaves. So he can murder, your son could get murdered. You understand? And I know they wrote a book, and he feels like that they slandered him, and what do you call it? Defamation of character, if I'm saying that correctly.
Defamation of character.
He feels like they called him racist and said things like that, and he feels like that they, you know, defamed his name and character. You are a damn racist.
God.
They didn't defame your name. I mean, hell, I wish I wrote the book. I mean, I would have, you know, some real fly things to say about the cat. You understand? Because he's the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. You killed him because he was a young black boy. That's the whole reason you stopped him. I seriously doubt that if that was a so-called white boy with a hoodie on and some Skittles and a tea, he wouldn't have did anything to that child, man. Because our oppressor does not look at you as a human being. They don't look at us as human. They definitely don't look at us like we're equals. And that's why we have to separate. The Lord tells so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians to separate, man, to be holy. You don't have to be equal to somebody that's beneath you in the Most High God's eyes, man. They're beneath you. They're beneath the nation of Israel.
That's right.
You want to be equal to something that's beneath you? It blows my mind, Adawan.
Christianity.
It's definitely Christianity.
God.
That's Christianity at its finest. Everybody's equal. God loves everybody.
That's right.
That's not biblical. That's a damn lie.
Yeah, right.
God doesn't love everybody. God loves so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians, man.
That's right.
And he's going to come destroy this filthy, disgusting kingdom when Christ returns, man. When Christ returns, I mean, George Zimmerman, good night. It says, Salaki, I'm going to read this. It says, Judge throws out George Zimmerman's lawsuit against Trayvon Martin's parents. The judge threw it out, of course. But like I said, it's just the audacity of him even trying. He tried to sue him for $100 million, Adawan. Do they have $100 million? I don't even think they have $100 million. Salakia. George Zimmerman, who fatally shot Trayvon Martin in 2012, had a recent lawsuit against Trayvon's parents dismissed by a Florida judge on Monday. The case was regarding defamation and conspiracy. Sabrina Fulton and Tracy Martin were sued by Zimmerman for $100 million in damages. I mean, what damage? Like, you don't even make this type of money, man. I can understand, like, if you was a celebrity and somebody, try to defame your name and it messed up whatever type of sponsors or anything you may have. But who the hell is sponsoring him? Like, what? He was a security guard.
Right.
He's a security guard. And he's a greedy bastard, man.
That's right. And the devil.
He's a devil that the Bible speaks of. He's a greedy bastard and the devil that the Bible speaks of.
Yeah, right.
The lawsuit states that their book, published by HarperCollins, characterizes Zimmerman as a racist. It also claimed that the two had destroyed his goodwill and reputation in the community. Can you believe this?
Surprisingly, I could believe it because the white
I mean, good night. What community is he talking about? He's the devil, because anybody who's friends with George Zimmerman is not reading Trayvon Martin's parents' books like you.
Right.
Nobody's reading that book if they even think like Zimmerman, man.
That's right.
You understand? But this is the point. The reason that he can come sue us, the reason that that brother and his mother have to move out of Chicago is because the Most High punishes the children of Israel for their disobedience, man.
That's right.
That's the whole point. So you hear all these stories, and if you see brothers and sisters, man, that, you know, if we keep asking ourselves, when you see brothers and sisters keep asking ourselves, why do we have to go to so many funerals every year? Why are so many black children being molested? Why are so many black and Hispanic children, you know, kidnapped? We have to remember, man, it's because we don't obey the Most High.
That's right.
We do not obey the Most High, man. And I want to leave off with this, Salakia, because if we obeyed, like we just read in Deuteronomy 28 and 15, we would be on high above all these nations, man.
That's right.
We would be on above all these other nations. We wouldn't be beneath them.
That's right.
We'd be in rulership. And I'm gonna close it out with this, Ecclesiasticus 12 and 6, Baba Kasha,
Ecclesiasticus.
in the Apocrypha. I'm gonna end it with this, because this is what so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians need to hear. We need to hear this as a nation. And it's, you know, this is unpopular truth. This is something, I guarantee your pastor's he's gonna run away from this.
Right.
You can read out of one.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 12, verse 6. For the Most High hateth sinners, and will repay vengeance unto the ungodly, and keepeth them against the mighty day of their punishment.
So, I mean, I seriously doubt you've heard this in the Christian church.
Right.
The scripture says for the Most High hateth sinners.
Right.
Like I said earlier, man, the Christian church teaches you that the Lord loves the sinner, but hates the sin. Right. Can you read that again, Baba Kasha?
Khan, Ecclesiasticus chapter 12, verse 6. For the Most High hateth sinners.
Just the sin.
Hateth sinners.
He just, you know, you can get away. He'll accept you as you are.
For the Most High hateth sinners.
I mean, but I'm covered in the blood of Jesus.
Hateth sinners.
The Most High hateth sinners, man.
That's right.
We have to understand that, man. Keep reading.
And will repay vengeance.
He will do what?
Repay vengeance.
He said, the scripture said he will repay vengeance. So like that pastor in the video that I played, or in the snippet that you heard, that sister and her son run into another town. He's going to do what?
Salakia. Repay vengeance.
He's going to get away from whatever he's running from.
Repay vengeance.
If that brother doesn't repent, you understand, and become a new creature, and stop sinning and obey the Lord, what's going to happen?
Will repay vengeance.
The Lord is going to repay vengeance, man.
That's right.
Keep reading.
Unto the ungodly.
And to the who?
Ungodly.
And who are the ungodly? Sinners.
That's right.
That's what we're talking about. Lawlessness is ungodly, man.
That's right.
Sinners are ungodly, man.
That's right.
Celebrating your birthday is ungodly.
Right.
Celebrating Valentine's Day is ungodly.
That's right.
Sleeping with whores is ungodly.
That's right.
Smoking weed is ungodly.
That's right.
Being an alcoholic is ungodly.
That's right.
Putting away your wife is ungodly. That's who the Most High is going to repay vengeance, man.
That's right.
To the ungodly. Keep reading.
And keepeth them against the mighty day of their punishment.
Good night. He said he's going to keep them until the mighty day of their punishment. You got to understand, the Most High is a man of war.
That's right.
And a lot of times, man, you know, we think that in that Christian church, We think that the Lord forgets everything. We got to get that out of our mind because we just read it. He's going to repay the ungodly, man.
That's right.
And it will be vengeance because of your sins.
That's right.
And with that, I pass the class to Priest and Officer Malak.
Go ahead, clap it up one more time. Man. Clap it up one more time. Let me class. All right. All right. Where the ISUPK started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers chapter 18, verse 21. Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. Means 10th in the Hebrew. Ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to treasury department or teacher. Priest fund. Free will offering for priest. Not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. The Lord's 53rd annual Passover will be in Cocoa Beach, Florida on April the 15th. Everybody understand? You want to get down there to Cocoa Beach, Florida for the Lord's 53rd annual Passover, April 15th. And then that night will be the Lord's Feast of Unleavened Bread for 7 days. Everybody understand? Once again, the Lord's Passover, the Lord's 53rd annual Passover in Cocoa Beach, Florida is going. Everybody's going to be down there. All of Israel. You understand? Of course, the commanders being honored, the generals, the captains, every brother, every sister. You understand? It's your duty. It's by the laws of the Most High God to make it down there if you can to the Lord's 53rd annual Passover. All right. And once again, all the information is on Facebook. You ask your camp leader. Everybody should already know the itinerary. You should already be getting all the Passover dresses, garments. Everything should be in order. What we call a Passover demon in the UPK is really just laziness. It's really just procrastination. You don't have to procrastinate and be lazy. You know every year that the Passover is coming up, just make sure you're getting your household in order, everything situated. Everybody understand? Remind Akim and Akwaf to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black. Boots, shirts, pants, headband, and war scarf. And with that, Aymadyum, which means to stand. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Aymadyum Shabbat, Aymadyum, Barak, Yahal Bashim Yahushua Brakatha,
Yah Bashim Yahshua Brakatha.
Yajum Matah, dismissed.